Okay, folks, I figured I had to make a video here on the COVID-19, the coronavirus. This video, I'm going to tell you what you can, who's susceptible to it, what to do about it, and how to build your immune system, and a little bit of history about viruses because you have to kind of know what you're dealing with here. My name is Jeffrey Scott Myers. I am a first-year doctorate student at Quantum University, working on my doctorate in quantum physics integrated medicine, and also the CEO and co-founder of Quantum Levels Healing Academy of Sciences. How I do what I do, I use the four fundamental forces. The first law of thermodynamics and all laws applied to physics, as well as biochemistry, organic and inorganic chemistry, quantum biology, evolutionary biology, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, neuroscience, anatomy, physiology, psychology, nutrition, psychoneuroimmunology, epigenetics, consciousness, stress management, psychoneuroendocrinology, neuroplasticity, traditional Chinese medicine of form, yin and the yang, meridians, Mother Earth, and Father Sky. And that's how basically everything works. Couple of things here. Excuse me, it's important to know as far as virus goes, what you're dealing with. You know, you always got to know the science behind what's going on. You know, a lot of people really don't know much about anything when it comes to this type of thing. A virus just consists of, all it is DNA or RNA surrounded by a coat of protein, lipid, or a glycoprotein, and can't replicate without a host cell, as you probably know. Viruses are basically in a state of not alive and alive. Basically, kind of the walking dead of viruses. And they're very highly intelligent for what they are. I mean, all this chaos and problems going on with the coronavirus is something that you have to see under an electron microscope. It's just floating around out there, and all this is causing all this uproar, and everybody's getting sick. So there's definitely a lot of things you can do, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what you can do to build the immune system and have chances of, if you do get it, to just be very mild, like a cold. Basically, stay dead. They use other organisms' own genes to replicate. I have my notes here. I always take a lot of notes, but all my own notes, as always. Viruses have been around for billions of years, okay? We've evolved with them from the first prokaryote bacteria cell, basically formed by nucleic acids and protein, but it's actually hard to say because viruses don't leave any type of fossil record, so it's hard to date back, but we're looking at probably about close to 4.8 billion years as they evolved. And also, very interestingly, research shows that we could not evolve without viruses because they tend to help upload genetic codes and proteins to the cells. So they are necessary too. It's a couple very interesting facts. There's millions of viruses on the earth. Okay, we've evolved with them since the beginning of time. And they, believe it or not, they ride air currents around the planet, as well as the particles of soil and vapor from sea spray. In case you're ever wondering how viruses make their way around the world, that's what they do. A single square meter of the planet's surface, this is very interesting, could be showered with hundreds of millions of viruses and tons of millions of bacteria in a single day. Okay, they're everywhere. They've always been everywhere, and they're always going to be everywhere. Every day, 800 million viruses are reported per square meter up through around the planetary boundary layer. Total number of viruses is so vast that if all of the viruses on Earth were collected, they would cover an area spanning 100 million light years. And just to give you an example, 1 light year is about 6 trillion miles, and the speed of light is about 186,000 miles per second. So we're talking about a lot of viruses here. What does this mean? From an evolutionary standpoint, we've evolved with viruses, and the immune system is perfectly intelligently designed to handle whatever comes along. capable of handling anything that comes. The immune system is where it's at. Okay, period. The immune system distinguishes you from not you. Especially when it comes to the coronavirus. People with compromised immune systems are going to are get sick, and that's no surprise. I mean, if you have a compromised immune system, you're much more apt to for it to have much more dire consequences for you. Just to give you a few statistics here, this is not surprising that people are getting sick like this and spreading like this. This is I've been saying this for years. 4 billion prescriptions per year Americans are taking. That's 12 for every man, woman, and child in the U.S. 50% of people in the U.S. are on 2 or more prescription drugs. And make no mistake, prescription drugs shut down the immune system. So there's another problem right there. In 1997, there's 9 million autoimmune cases. 22 years later, it's over 50 million. 50 million Americans or more with autoimmune disease. Diabetes, 30 million. Osteoporosis, 10 million. Graves' disease, one out of 200 people. Hashimoto's, 14 million. 2.3 million new cases a week. Crohn's disease, 3.1 million. Hypertension, over 75 million. Chronic fatigue, 2.5 million. Psoriasis, 8 million. Eczema, 35 million. Just to name a few. So it's not, these statistics are from the CDC and the National Institute of Health. So, it's not surprising that people are getting sick, but I can tell you exactly how to build the immune system where you may not run into this problem. If you're living the standard American lifestyle, you're negative, you're angry, you're stressed out. I'll talk about stress in 1 second because that has to do with everything. If you're stressed out, you're thinking bad thoughts, you got a bad attitude, you're hateful, you're angry, you're going to get a virus. You're going to get sick. I mean, that's just how the chemistry works of the body. There's just no other way around it. So, and stress is the number one cause of disease and sickness and illness is stress. And lo and behold, if you're stressed out, everybody, you get stressed out about the virus, everybody telling you this, all the news, all the media. Guess what happens when you're scared? Your immune system shuts down when you go into your fight or flight mode. As everybody should know by now, it shuts down the immune system. So now you have this virus making its way around, and then you're stressed out, and now your immune system shut down, and now you're really going to. So the whole concept is to use strategies to calm down. You can't be scared. You can't live your life running around scared. You're going to have big problems. And just to give you really quick here a couple examples straight out of Quantum University on how the stress affects the body. Skin, acne, eczema, psoriasis, bumps, rashes. Muscles and joints are affected. Heart, high blood pressure, increased heart rate, heart attacks, intestines, irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, constipation, UC, pancreas, diabetes, lungs, lung problems, reproductive system problems, of course, immune system problems. These are all have to do with stress. So stress is the number one. I know this is something that you have to be worried about and you have to be vigilant about it. I know. But all the fear mongering and the fear of everything going on and fear of this and be scared of this and be scared of that is not doing you any good as far as the coronavirus goes. You shut down the immune system. Good luck on fighting something off. Period. That's just the way things work, man. That's just the science behind everything. The immune system is everything. Okay, we would never have survived for hundreds of thousands of years without having the proper immune system. The body has an innate intelligence to fight off. These viruses have been around since the beginning of time. So the body's very adapted to taking care of things when the immune system is strong. The immune system consists of lymphocytes, T cells, B cells, NK cells, which are natural killer cells. Apoptosis, where cells basically, when there's a problem or the misshapen, and they kill themselves off, like suicide, which is that alone is extremely unbelievable. Neutrophils, macrophages, proteins of immune system are constant cytokines and prostaglandins and antibodies are constantly, and proteins. It's all everything. Everything always comes down to the protein, to amino acids. That's how everything works. So basically with that, but I mean, and when you work, there's certain areas of the body that you have to work on that make sure that everything is healthy, especially the mind. I won't get into all that now, but nothing happens without a thought, period. Stress, the mind is a very, very powerful thing to get to take care of. The microbiome, of course, is the gut bacteria. Everything is strong gut bacteria because the microbiome communicates with the immune system as well as the nervous system and the brain and the digestive system. There's what's called an enteric nervous system. That's why when you have that gut feeling, in your gut, that's your guts. There's a separate nervous system, the enteric nervous system. So the microbiome is extremely important. Working on any inflammation in the body is important. I won't go through all the systems because I have those in my other videos. The bile system, stomach acid, connective tissue, making sure you can absorb your vitamins and minerals. So here's what happens is you're scared of the coronavirus, which, I get, but you can't live in fear. So when you live in fear and when you go into the fight or flight mode, the digestive system shuts down, the blood is diverted from the digestive system, and now you can't, no matter what kind of vitamins or minerals you're taking to build the immune system, are not being absorbed properly because you're scared and you're in the fight or flight and the blood is not going to your digestive system, so you can't process and absorb vitamins and minerals, nutrients properly in order to fight things off, to repair the body, to become into a more of a regenerating versus degenerating state. So there you go. Another one that has to do with stress. Blood sugar is extremely important. Blood sugar is everything. The blood is it's the almighty space. It's where everything is transported to all 100 trillion cells. So, if you're eating a lot of sugar and stuff, sugar is very inflammatory, and it's also affects the immune system as well. Adrenal fatigue and thyroid and any endocrine issues are very important to address as well. Balancing hormones, and like I said, stress. The major thing here is stress. You can't be stressed out and worried and live your life worried. You see these people running around in the stores and buying up all the toilet paper, and I still cannot find the answer, the link between the coronavirus and everybody buying toilet paper. I mean, I get everything going on, but as soon as you step over into that fear mode, you're done. There's no way to heal. It just doesn't work that way. You can watch my other video on stress on my YouTube channel about the unbelievable problems with stress and all the problems that it causes. However, there is things you could do, and let me tell you exactly what you can do, the supplements and the things that you could do to build up the immune system. But I can't stress enough how much you can't live your life running around scared. Okay. Everybody's just running around terrified. I mean, I get it, but I mean, good luck trying to heal in any way, shape, or form under a stressful environment. The brain reverting back to the reptilian brain, no critical thinking, no problem solving, all systems shut down. You can't love, you can't create, you can't do anything but survive. All the body knows is to survive, and everything else is secondary. A couple of things to do, which is really important. I can't stress enough how important it is to build the immune system. This is the key. This is where it all happens. There's nothing else except for by, of course, thought and the mind-body connection. But there is some good news. Glutathione, extremely important. It's the body's master detoxer. Okay, you want to do glutathione is extremely important. 500 milligrams per day. Colostrum, great stuff. Full of antibodies. Full of immunoglobulins. I always have a problem with that word. IgG, IgM, IgA, IgD, IgE, which are antibodies, and glycoprotein molecules, which are important, specifically has to do with targeting antigens and white blood cells. And colostrum, you can buy it as a supplement. It's great stuff. It's the first milk of breast milk, and there's no more nutritiously packed substance on the planet than breast milk. So breast milk is, colostrum is very, very good. Just use as directed, depending on which one that you get. Oregano oil is great. Another great source for helping the immune system and taking care of bacteria that's not as healthy. Aloe is a great thing. Aloe, noni. These are mucus type substances that push viruses and push toxins out of the body. That's why when we get sick, we have a runny nose or we have a cough. It's the body trying to push things out. But you could use strategies like aloe to push these substances out of the body into the connective tissue and out of the body. Resveratrol, 400 milligrams per day, great antioxidant, great for the immune system. You can buy that as a supplement as well. Selenium, great for immune health, inflammation, blood sugar balance, 400 micrograms per day. Vitamin B, all the vitamin B, you need to take vitamin B as a complex. They're like a family. They all run together, the B complex. Oh, the B complex, 200 milligrams per day, extremely important for the immune system, especially brain health, cell health, energy production, nervous system balance, and the list goes on. It also has calming effects, especially B3. The ascorbic acid, vitamin C, mandatory. There's nothing else. If you want to just pick one thing out of this, vitamin C is the ultimate. It's the rate limiting factor for it turns on chemistry. It's part of the immune system, associated, properly associated with electrons, electrical balance in the body, as well as neurotransmitter, hormone health, firing and wiring of cells and neural networks, and as I say, it also plays a major role in the immune system. And actually, there's a relationship between lack of vitamin C and collagen production and cortisol. So the more stressed you are, the more cortisol you release, it deteriorates connective tissue, and you cannot form collagen without vitamin C. So there you go. You should be at least 4,000 to 5,000 milligrams a day, spread out through the day, because being that, and as far as the B vitamins and the ascorbic acid, you want to take throughout the day because they're water soluble and we urinate them out, so you're going to be deficient. So the vitamin C, and if you take too much at one time, you can get bloated and gassy. So you kind of want to take it throughout the day, not too much all at one time. But 4,000 to 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C. They've done 100,000 milligrams of IV vitamin C right into the blood. Okay, so it's one of the best things you could ever possibly do. See here. These are important strategies. If you can do all these that I'm naming, you'll be fine. You're not going. Your chances are very much that you're not going to get sick. Zinc, picolinate, 50 milligrams a day, plays an extremely important role in chemical reactions of the body, the immune system, heart, and the skin. Especially if you have bad skin, you should be taking that. Vitamin E protects fats from oxidizing, immune system, skin health, plays a very important role in production of in hormone-like substances called prostaglandins, which I mentioned earlier, which is responsible for a variety of body processes such as blood pressure and muscle contraction. Vitamin E, very important. Vitamin A is very, very important for the immune system. Vitamin A and for skin health and for cell division and the skin. But yeah, vitamin A is really, really important for the immune system. Vitamin C and vitamin A are probably the top ones. It's hard to pick one, of course, vitamin C. But vitamin A is very important. Vitamin D, very important. The best vitamin D you can get is from the sun. I know it's wintertime if you can get out into the sun, but vitamin D plays a major, major role in the immune system. If you can get vitamin D3, 5,000 IU a day is is about where you want to be. Vitamin D, and vitamin D is not even a vitamin, it's a hormone because it makes things happen. It's considered a hormone, not really a vitamin. And it has to do with, many processes, skin pigment, cholesterol, calcium production, immune system health. So like I said, the vitamin D is very important. Enzymes, digestive enzymes, extremely important. Enzymes are the engines of life. No enzymes, no life, period. Enzymes kick in chemical reactions. A chemical reaction that would take 50 million years takes a billionth of a second with an enzyme. So enzymes are extremely important, and they break down food. And there's, We have about 75,000 enzymes in our body, but over time they deteriorate with our bad diet and lifestyle. If you don't keep constantly putting them in with vegetables and raw foods, any food, anything that's as close to the sun as possible, then they're going to deteriorate, and then you will deteriorate. And enzymes are everything, especially for the immune system. So there's a few. There's a few things like, oh, and if you want to, just some other side things that aren't really supplements that are really great for the immune system. Garlic, because it has the nitrates and has sulfur, which is great for the immune system. Oh, and I forgot to mention sulfur. The MSM sulfur is extremely vital for the immune system. You should be around 2,000 milligrams a day of sulfur. Folic acid is very important. Bentonite clay, another one. Great one for chelation and detoxing the blood. Bentonite clay, a half a tablespoon, a couple times a day. Very, very important. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, very important for the immune system as well. That's one of the best things you could ever take that's a non-essential. They keep it in emergency rooms and stuff. So NAC, 600 milligrams, about 600 milligrams a day is a good spot to be. Apple cider vinegar with each meal is very, very important as well. Folic acid is really important. So these are just some of the supplements that you could take, and I'd highly recommend, because the coronavirus is, if you have a compromised immune system, you're going to have a problem. That's just the way it is. So, I mean, I would definitely, take my advice, and these supplements, these are all immune system building supplements. And before I forget, garlic, like I said, mushrooms, very, very, very good for the immune system. Turmeric is great for the immune system. Broccoli sprouts are great. I mean, broccoli's good too, and seeds, but seeds could be there has a lot of nutrients, but it could be a big problem. That's why I want to sprout your seeds, because it breaks that lectin, lectins are plant molecule defensive molecules that give us problems like gluten and all that. And then you break that, you break the seed open, and it kills that bond, and it also helps facilitate enzymes as well. Beta glucan, which is the monosaccharide sugar, I believe it is, which helps. Same concept as aloe, push things out of the body. Onions and radishes are really good because they're very high in sulfur and high in nitrates. So very good for the immune system. So just a little couple things you can get at the store, which will make a big difference: garlic, mushrooms, turmeric, broccoli sprouts, beta glucan, algae, onion, and radish. And there you go, folks. I hope you take this advice, because it's there's a big panic, and it's going around, and this we don't know where it's what's going to happen. But if you build the immune system, then you should not. You should be a lot better off, and then don't keep the stress down. Think good thoughts. Be positive. If you're a hateful, mad person and angry all the time, flipping people off in your car every day, guess what? You're bound to get the coronavirus. You live in the standard American diet, sitting around watching the Kardashians every day, you're way more apt to get the coronavirus as well. So I hope that helped, and share this video if you want to protect someone or give someone good advice about exactly what to do about this virus. And there you go.